So I want to talk about No King's Day. So on June 14th, 2025, President Donald Trump marked his 79th birthday with a lavish military parade in Washington, D.C., and the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. The cost was reportedly between 25 and 45 million, on top of the 134 million already spent deploying troops to LA just days prior. So critics slammed the parade as a waste of public funds, especially under Trump's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, better known as DOGE. And at the same time, millions joined the No King's Day parade, protests nationwide, organized to push back on what attendees view as Trump monarchical authoritarianism. Trump supporters responded by attacking their credibility. Right-wing media and Republican groups revived a familiar, baseless narrative that protests were, quote, paid. The Quakertown, Pennsylvania GOP claimed without evidence that each protester was getting $40. Reddit was flooded with fake, quote, insider posts. Attendees at the DC parade held up signs reading, quote, these are paid protesters. This wasn't spontaneous. It was part of a broader campaign that began a week earlier during the protests in LA, where Trump accused demonstrators of being paid actors. His echo chamber kicked into gear, deep fake videos of, quote, confessions, fake protest footage showing calm interviews while chaos played behind them, and even a doctored clip of Governor Gavin Newsom casually combing his hair as riots supposedly raged. None of it was real. One prank Craigslist ad offering cash to protest was cited as, quote, proof. The content base was so convincing that Trump's own Justice Department opened an investigation based entirely on fabrications. So, what does everyone make of the paid protest narrative? I have to know. And I'm especially, really, I am concerned about the AI, and especially because other people are also becoming concerned about AI. And I think it's feeding into this narrative of fake and paid protesting and fake evidence, and people are all kind of just fumbling and scrambling. So let's detox this a little.
Yeah, I guess I'll say that I think it's a anti-democratic means of control to ever, claim the validity or commitment of such a big group of people, and that goes both ways. By the way, I can remember this being done to like the Tea Partiers and stuff like that back in the early 2010s. Say what you want about their movement. A lot of those folks really did believe that government intrusion and taxation was going to kill their freedom. And ditto here. I think these protesters are mostly legitimate. And I think, like all great lies, there is some truth here, which is that protests do cost money. It costs big money to organize. You have to run a website. You have to get your message out. You have to do some PR. You have to run social media. You have to rent out space. You have to get government permits. So it does cost money. But the thing you can never pay for is the people in the streets. I mean, this is the United States of America. There's a million things to distract us. I think Dickie's going to talk about that in Sidebar today, right? There's a million things to distract us. So the fact that people come out is a commitment. And I would always point to these campaigns where electoral campaigns where very wealthy people will fund a candidate and everybody freaks out like, oh no, this person's now going to win because they have all the money. The money doesn't buy you support. You've got to have supporters. You can eat up the oxygen in the room. Certainly you can get the media attention and that's all great. And that, improves your chances, but you still have to get support, and ditto with protests. Like, you have to have supporters. You can build whatever infrastructure you want. But if people don't show up, you're not going to have anything. And there's just, as you pointed out in the opening there, Sydney, there's just no evidence to back this paid protester claim. And I've always been, I don't know, opposed to this nonsense. I think it's anti-democratic, regardless of which side lobs it.
Yeah. I mean, the money gets you airtime, but having the base, I mean, I think Trump, we really see that with Trump. Like, yes, he has a lot of millionaire backers, and the media gives him extra, free airtime just by saying his name and getting embroiled in his trolling. But he also has MAGA, which is what, whether he can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and they'll still love him. One day everyone's saying, no, he's the art of the deal and he's going to make a deal with Iran and we're not going to fall for Netanyahu's grift about how there are these weapons of mass destruction. And then, 2 days later, we're helping Israel bomb Iran because their nuclear threat, and MAGA is 100% behind him. So yeah, it really shows money. Yeah, the myth of the paid protester. Maybe you get a handful of people that are paid, but when you see millions and millions and millions of people in the streets, it really shows that there is there's momentum. And if only the other side of the coin would notice that, aka Democrats would notice that there is a real, there are pictures from Idaho, from Utah, like these red states that people were showing up. It would be really great to tap into that. And there's one other point about the sort of the deep fake video, and that Sydney brought up, and why like AI is troubling. Not like even it plants a seed in our minds about whether this is true or not. So whether or not you can tell if it's fake or something. There's just because there have been examples of very realistic AI, newscasters or protesters. You're just like, am I seeing what's really true? Is this, how do it just kind of creates these seeds of doubt, which I think speaks into this I don't know if it's intended or just a natural consequence of AI, but just the kind of perpetuating this trend of media consumers sort of believing what they want, and what the baseline is sort of disintegrating.
Hey Detoxers, thanks for tuning in to the Disinfo Detox. If you're enjoying the content, head over to nolanhigdon.substack.com for full access to the podcast as well as other original essays. Want to support the Detox? Consider becoming a paid subscriber. You'll get early and exclusive access to interviews, podcasts, essays, and more. If a subscription's not in the cards for you right now, no worries. Just like, share, subscribe, comment, and follow. It helps grow the audience and spread the word. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and keep detoxing the disinfo.